Hi, my name is Solo P1 and today we're going to be talking about the 2018 French Grand Prix qualifying. And all I can say to all you haters out there who don't like Hamilton, who believed Hamilton was past it, maybe who believed that Vettel was definitely going to win the championship. Well, you're wrong. It's game on, game on, game on. They all said it, didn't they? The Mercedes people tried to tell you. I tried to tell you. And the bloggers out there on Twitter tried to tell you. The reason why Vettel won the Canadian Grand Prix 2 weeks ago, very, very, very comfortable. It because Mercedes didn't have the upgrade. They didn't have it, did they? They never had the engine upgrade. They didn't have the turbo. They had some old ass engine, what was probably been in the car for about a year, all rusted up. You couldn't even run a Ford Escort on that engine. I'm telling you, not the engine they had 2 weeks ago. Mercedes in that car at the Canadian Grand Prix. Not even a Mark 1 Ford Escort could run with that engine. That's how old that engine. The engine was ready for the scrap heap. But what did Mercedes do? They told you. They told you. They all told us. But we didn't listen. They all told us. They said we're going to get the new turbo and the new engine and we're going to present it at the French Grand Prix. And they did. They definitely did. They presented it all right. They put it on a silver platter for us. They come out in practice. They look strong, Mercedes. The qualifying, they look strong. I'm not going to go through all the segments of the qualifying and the practice. I'm not going to bore you guys to bits. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to pick out the best segments of the show, of the Grand Prix qualifying, and I'm going to present it to you guys. And enough. I'm going to move on to something else in a minute. I'm not going to talk about Hamilton. I'm not going to talk about that yet. I'm going to get into the lower part of the race. And all I can say is McLaren and Williams, two British manufacturers. And I'm very disappointed. My heart here is not good. My heart is broken. For a manufacturer like the Williams and a manufacturer like McLaren, and you couldn't even get out Q1. What a disgrace. You got Fernando Alonso. To me, still one of the greatest drivers in the world. He goes to Le Mans. He wins 24 hours of Le Mans, which I stayed up all night watching. He wins the 24 hours of Le Mans. Finally, Fernando Alonso, he grabbed that trophy and he was looking at that trophy and he's thinking, it's nice to win again. And then when he comes back to F1 a week later, it's back to reality. Losing and the thing about it, can't even get out of Q1. Oh, God, what must he thinking? Like I said 2 weeks ago, when I was doing my review in Canada, they must be paying him a bucket load of money to stay there. In my opinion, I think this next season, Fernando Alonso is not going to be at McLaren. There's no way if Fernando Alonso going to be at McLaren next year. Not the way McLaren. There's supposed to be fights going on. There's supposed to be staff going on, not happy with their life, not happy with their job. Give me the job. I'll have the job. You give me a job at McLaren, I'll take it tomorrow. I'll work 24 hours a day if you want me to. You got people there not happy with the jobs. They're not happy with their personal life. And it's affecting the team. Obviously, it's affecting the team. I'm not even going to get into Williams yet, but McLaren, not very poor. And then on to Williams. You listen to my reviews and my past reviews of the F1. I've always talked about Williams, how old school that manufacturer is, how respected that manufacturer is, how credible that manufacturer is. And look at them now. I think that they're lower than McLaren. Race after race after race after race, you can guarantee that the qualifying that the Williams are at the bottom. I feel sorry for them. You got Lance Stroll. He must be thinking, what the fuck is going on here? I can't even get a break. And then you got Sergio Sorokin. He's another one. He's ready to hand his he's ready to hand his boots in. He's ready to hand his helmet in. He doesn't want to race anymore. You can see, but look, you can see that by his face, by his interviews. You can see he just wants to leave everything and go home. Probably have a few babies on the way home and stay home. It's embarrassing. And then you got another team that couldn't get out of Q1. You got Brendan Hartley for Toro Rosso. Since he's been in the... Listen, I'll tell you about something about Brendan Hartley. Has he ever qualified? Has he ever qualified? I know he joined the F1 at the back end of last season, but has Brendan Hartley ever qualified? And Stoffel Van Dorn, he's definitely getting his P45 by the end of the season. He's definitely getting his P45. He's going to be signing on next week. He's going to be at the job centre claiming job seekers allowance because Stoffel Van Dorn, has he ever out-qualified Alonso, his teammate? Has he ever? If Alonso walks this season, which I think he will, and I don't think they're going to keep... Actually, I know they're not going to keep Stoffel Van Dorn. What's left? What's left for the McLaren? And what's left for the Williams? Is Sorokin going to be there at Williams? Is Lance Stroll going to be there at Williams? I don't think that. Are the manufacturers are going to be there next season? Are we seeing the demise of the two legendary manufacturers of Formula One that probably been there as long as Ferrari? Are we seeing the demise of McLaren and Williams? If you think that McLaren and Williams are going to be there next season, or if you don't think they're going to be there, put it in the comment section below. I would like to hear it, and I will reply. But the day belongs to Lewis Hamilton. They've got the new engine, they've got the new turbo. They didn't put it in Canada last week, 2 weeks ago. They saved it. I got to admit, at the time I thought it was a mistake. I went on a rage 2 weeks ago that I thought it was a mistake that they didn't put the turbo in and the engine in 2 weeks ago. But who am I? I'm just a YouTuber. I'll give my opinion. I'm just a fan. I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert. But if you come on my channel, you can hear the truth, my opinion. Not someone else's opinion on Twitter. Not someone else's opinion on YouTube. Not someone else's opinion in the paper. Not someone else's opinion on the blogs, whatever, vlogs. You're going to hear my opinion. And in my opinion, 2 weeks ago, I thought it was a mistake. I thought it was a big mistake that they didn't even try and get the new upgrade in there 2 weeks ago. But they never. But in France they did. Today they did. And they was way ahead of the field. I know Raikkonen slipped a few times on a few corners. And Vettel was struggling with the car at points. But even if they wouldn't have struggled, they wouldn't have got nowhere near Mercedes. Mercedes 1 and 2 lockout. How good does that feel? How good does that sound? Mercedes 1 and 2 lockout. Splendid, I say. Absolutely splendid. Now, I'm not going to go through the qualifying in order. I will go through the standings of the race. I'm just looking on. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. I'm looking at the standings in the race, how it finished. In the speed traps, I'm not going to get in through all that. I'm just going to go through. Yeah. But anyway, it's looking good for Mercedes. It's looking good for Mercedes. You got Hamilton in pole position. You got second, Valtteri Bottas. And you got third, Sebastian Vettel. And that's all I can say, really. I think from here now, it's going to be kind of a formality, in my opinion. I think that Mercedes are going to kick on from here. Remember, it's the first triple header that we're going to have. And maybe the only triple header we're going to have, as I'm hearing. Yeah, I just think it's going to be... I think Mercedes will probably... Put it this way, if Mercedes win the next 3 races comfortably, which I'm probably thinking it's going to happen. If they win the next 3 or 4 races comfortably, I think they'll probably win the Grand Prix. Because you got the next one, you've got Austria the next week, and then you've got the Silverstone the week after. So, and then I think you got a week off, and then after that one, you've got Germany. And I think Vettel is going to be looking, look, they haven't been at Germany for, what has it been, about 10 years, similar to France. So I'm sure Vettel is going to be looking for that win at Germany. But maybe it could work the other way. You could have Hamilton probably thinking to himself he wants to win that more because it's in Germany, to try and rub it in Sebastian Vettel's face. He's not going to say that on TV. He's not going to say that in front of the cameras. But you know, deep down he's thinking that. You know it is. So there you go. And yeah. So I'm going to go through the qualifying results. I'm going to go through it, the full listings. I'm going to start first. Lewis Hamilton, pole position. Second, Valtteri Bottas. Third, Sebastian Vettel. Fourth, Max Verstappen. 5, Daniel Ricciardo. 6, Kimi Räikkönen. 7th, Carlos Sainz. 8th, Charles Leclerc. 9th, Kevin Magnussen. 10th, Romain Grosjean. 11th, Esteban Ocon. 12th, Nico Hülkenberg. 13th, Sergio Perez. 14th, Pierre Gasly. 15th, Marcus Ericsson. 16th, Fernando Alonso. Didn't finish. Didn't get out of Q1. Another one that couldn't get out of Q1 is 17th, Brendan Hartley. 18th, Stoffel Van Dorn. 19th, Sorokin. Didn't get out of Q1. And Lance Stroll, again, didn't get out of Q1. And he's 20th. And that is for Williams. Now, how can I see it going tomorrow? If there's no fuck-ups on the track, if everybody gets, if Mercedes get a good start, obviously if Hamilton ends up getting, obviously gets a good start at the beginning, and Valtteri Bottas behind him, I can't see anyone beating them. The engine's looking good. They got the new turbo in there, the new engine, turbo, new engine upgrade. They're looking strong, Mercedes. I think they're looking strong. I think they're gonna win the next 3 races. That's it. If they don't, they don't. But I think they're gonna win tomorrow, and I think they're gonna win the next 2 after that, Austria and Silverstone. But like I said, I think when it goes to Germany, I know obviously Vettel's gonna be pushing to win that German one because he's German. But equally, Hamilton's gonna push equally as hard just because he wants to beat Vettel in his home Grand Prix. Vice versa with Vettel, he's going to try and push harder to beat Hamilton at Silverstone. But you can push as hard as you want, but if you ain't got the mustard underneath the car, you can push as hard as you want. You ain't going to get anywhere, are you? Like Vettel today after qualifying, he says, I pushed as hard as I could, but he just wasn't there today. And then he says, I've got a very good chance tomorrow. Don't really agree with him. I think Hamilton's got it tomorrow, and hopefully Bottas could get 2. That's if they get a good start. But then again, you got safety cars coming out. Maybe Van Dor's going to crash into the flipping side again, like he's been doing all season. That's another thing, man. Stuff for Van Dor. What is his problem? Is it stuff for which is the one who crashed? Stuff for Van Dor. What's his name? I don't know. One of them crashed anyway. And constantly crashing. He crashed at Azerbaijan. Crashed again. He just can't stop crashing the car, man. Just simple, you know what I mean? Keep strong. I know people could say, oh yeah, you crashed once a few times, whatever. But this guy's just crashing. He's always crashing his car, man. You know what I mean? Chill out in the car, man. Stop. Just easy on it. I forgot what's his name now. I'll get his name in a minute. He always crashes. What's his name? I think it's Nico Hockenberg. Maybe one of them. Roman Grosjean. That's it. Roman Grosjean. Keeps crashing his car. He's done it at Azerbaijan. He's done it at this Grand Prix. The guy just got bad luck, man. You know what I mean? Azerbaijan, he was just driving his car. And no one was by him. I think it was he was on the safety car. No one was driving. And, I mean, no one was by him. And I think he was just there. And suddenly just crashed into the side. That's when the safety car was out. You know what I mean? And he crashed today. Just, you know what I mean? You're costing the team a lot of money, man. And if you keep going on like that, the team's going to drop you. Which I think you're going to get dropped anyway. You know. But anyway, forget about all that shit. The winner of the fastest is Lewis Hamilton. Does he deserve it? Of course he does. Is he the best driver in the world, in my opinion? Of course he is. And do I think he's going to win tomorrow? Of course I do. I can't see no one stopping him. If he gets a good start, safety car doesn't get in the way, and you got Bottas behind him. If he could stay behind him, which I think he will this time, obviously. They got the new upgrade. I can't see Ferrari catching him. I think it's going to be a Mercedes 1 and 2 lockout tomorrow on the podium. But again, it's F1. Anything can happen. But Williams, I'm very concerned about Williams. Like I was talking before. Williams and McLaren, they're in deep water. And hopefully they can get themselves out of the hole they're in. Because they're in a dark hole at the moment. They're in a dark place. And I just want them to just resurface and be the great manufacturers that everybody knows they are. Williams and McLaren. You can't have an F1 championship without Williams and McLaren competing, and at the moment it's just not happening for them. And hopefully down the line, maybe next season or the season after, they can get themselves together, get their heads banging together, and get them out of the slump that they're in. Yeah. So I hope they can sort themselves out and start competing again. So this is my final thoughts on the 2018 French Grand Prix qualifying. But before I go, obviously you can follow me on Twitter, SoloP1, YouTube, SoloP1, and on Twitch. I do stream a lot of games on Twitch on Solo_P1. I stream games from Assetto Corsa, Forza Motorsport, Call of Duty, R Factor, Battlefield, Assassin's Creed, whatever I feel like on the day, really. But I try and stream daily, so you can come and check my channel out there. Come and check my channel out, and I would appreciate it. Comment section below. Tell me what you think of the qualifying. Are you glad that Hamilton got through? Do you think he's still going to win the championship? Do you think he's going to win tomorrow? Just put all your comments in the section below, and I'll read them. And I will reply. I'll reply to all of them, definitely. So you might not get a reply straight away, but you will get a reply. That's it, really. My name is SoloP1, and this is the final review, my final thoughts on the 2018 French Grand Prix qualifying. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.